Monday Night Raw was an absolute banger, and most importantly, we didn't see Nia Jax. It's a good day. And this episode of Raw answered a very big question. After what happened at the Royal Rumble with Sami Zayn, can Cody still be that over? Obviously, people want to see Sami taking the championships from Roman Reigns. Well, I guess after this promo right here, it's pretty obvious that Cody is still incredibly over. Promo was so good I was buying everything he said. He could have easily convinced me to buy Nia Jax's "I'm not like most girl" t-shirt, and I would wear it like a proud boy. He talks, crowd listens, they're singing his theme song, they're loud for him. Cody is an incredible babyface, he's still over as ever, and after what he's saying, how can you not want him as the next WWE champion? In general, this episode of Monday Night Raw is actually really fun to watch. I know a Monday Night Raw after Royal Rumble is not necessarily a thing, but it sure felt like it. I believe the crowd was absolutely unbelievable. It's like finally they understood the concept. I just bought a ticket to Monday Night Raw, I better react. If I wanna sit in silence and worry about a sandwich I left in the fridge, I'll sit at home. And of course, the show kicked off with Cody, the man who absolutely loves pyro. There's so much fog you can barely see the crowd. So what do you guys want to talk about? He's not the same person he was when he started working for WWE. He recalls wanting to win the WWE Championship in his first 2 years, and he thought he's gonna be like John Cena. If he could go back in time, what would he say to himself? And of course, he mentioned all the things that happened in the WWE during his career. He also talked about losing a friend and getting another one with the same eyes. Lovely stuff. So he talked about all the ups and downs, and he said, I wouldn't tell him anything, because every bit of that struggle was worth it. Wrestling has more than one royal family, and then he talked about the bloodline. He gave Roman Reigns a bunch of compliments, he put him over, but he warns Roman that by the end of the night, he will not be the undisputed champion. So like I've said, this was a great promo. The whole show just felt different with Cody. You know, the same way it used to feel with John Cena, I believe Stone Cold Steve Austin, and probably even Hulk Hogan, that top babyface that most people actually believe in. I feel like Cody is like the perfect modern babyface. Then we see the Judgment Day. Balor asks Cody, are you here to do something original or just steal my old stuff? Dominic says, you ruined our Judgment Day plans at the Rumble. I was supposed to win. They made fun of Rey Mysterio for being unable to compete, so it was obviously Dominic. And they accuse Cody of being the golden boy because he was at number 30. Cody says, I respect your dad. Dominic says, I don't respect any of your dads, especially your dad, and Cody wants to face any of these men right now. The crowd chants kick his ass, and that's exactly what Cody is going to do. It seems like the segment ended, Cody's music is playing, we're seeing all the Raw recaps and upcoming matches, and then out of nowhere we hear Edge's theme song, and he straight up attacks Judgment Day. Obviously Cody came to help, so this was one of the best Raw openings I've seen in a while. That's what Raw has been missing lately, you know, they don't have a champion, and they didn't really have that main character. I feel like Cody is the main character of Monday Night Raw, if that makes any sense. The same way that Roman is, you know, the main character of SmackDown. And we are going to see Cody versus Finn Balor, and Mark just jizz. Then we saw Seth Rollins versus Chad Gable. This was good. I was like, what the hell is even happening in this ring? One of the most fun matches I've seen this year so far. I know technically Chad Gable is not necessarily being pushed because he keeps losing, but he's always wrestling all of these top guys, and you know, being in a match with Seth Rollins for quite a while, I believe that's great. Seth Rollins actually won with a pedigree, so that's pretty rare. My man has the best set of finishers, and he's going to be in the United States Championship Elimination Chamber match. I love that idea. Then we saw Io Sky versus Candice LeRae. As good as Raw is, sometimes, you know, you just get these matches that you just feel like, well, that's a filler. We got a distraction and Io Sky won the match. And then we finally saw Mommy. Rhea Ripley makes her entrance, and boy, I know this new theme song has been around for like 4 months probably right now, right? I didn't know it's that damn good. This theme song slaps, my boy. Like I've said, this year's Royal Rumble winners are absolutely on point. So what did she choose? She said, I wanted all the spotlight on me. So that's why you're not seeing going to Judgment Day. So you probably heard what she chose. She chose Charlotte Flair because there is history, and on paper I know you're not excited. I wouldn't be either. But once I heard what she actually said during that promo, yeah, that makes sense. I can get behind the story because basically Rhea Ripley said, when I came from NXT, I faced Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania and she put me in my place. Right now, I'm going to put her in her place. Enjoy everyone bowing to the queen. They will soon be bowing down to me. You know, like I've said, on paper, I didn't want to see this match, but right now, I get it. It seems like Rhea Ripley grew up and it's going to be a completely different version of Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. I love that. Then we saw Johnny Gargano versus Baron Corbin. As usual with every Johnny Gargano match, we saw some comedy. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. And Johnny Gargano picked up the W. What is even the point of this Baron Corbin gimmick change then? He keeps losing every week. So Johnny Gargano joins the Elimination Chamber match. So far, so good. We saw the return of the MVP VIP Lounge. His special guest was Austin Theory. This was a very bizarre segment. Austin Theory was basically calling MVP old news. And he doesn't really want to cooperate with MVP because, you know, MVP is associated with Bobby Lashley. And Austin Theory, as always, feels a bit too confident. Anyway, when MVP says, "I'm scared about your health," Theory laughs and says, "Don't worry about my health, worry about your own health and Lashley's health." Bobby's about to get chewed up by Brock Lesnar, and that's when we heard Bobby Lashley's music. So at first MVP wanted to stop this, but once Austin Theory said, "That's right, Bobby, listen to your daddy," MVP was like, we got a brawl between Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory. MVP with the assist. Unfortunately, he got speared, so now there will be even more cracks in this relationship. We saw The Miz, and again he's angry that he's not getting the spotlight. He feels left out. He feels underrated, unappreciated. We see Adam Pearce, and he says, "I hear ya. That's why you're going to face this returning superstar. And it's, Boogs." Now, of course, I'm glad he's back. Seems like a lovely person. I didn't necessarily understand the movements. Boy, I didn't understand the movements. What the hell is even happening right here? The Miz didn't really want to fight because he's in a suit. Boogs didn't care, and Boogs pretty much squashes the Miz. Welcome back. We saw Otis and Chad Gable walk into the locker room, and the Maximum male models are disgusted. Except for her. She wants that piece of Otis. Who doesn't? As you guys know, I'm not the biggest fan of Becky Lynch versus Bayley, but we finally got something interesting. So at first it was business as usual. She says the story between Becky Lynch and Damage Control is done, but then we see Becky Lynch, and Becky is absolutely unbelievable at what she does, but sometimes it's forced. "Shut up, Bayley, you stupid fool. We're done when the man says we're done." I mean, it's not that bad, but sometimes we get these glimpses of cringy ass moments. Anyway, they keep arguing, and Bayley finally elevated this storyline. She says, "You're not even good enough for your husband, Seth freaking Rollins. The only reason he married you is because he knocked you up." Okay, I can get behind that. And Becky Lynch challenges Bayley to a steel cage match next week. Of course, Bayley declined, but then she had no reason not to accept. How do you guys feel about this storyline? It's just not working for me, but I'll admit, this promo was decent. Adam Pearce makes the match official, and we see Chelsea Green. "Are you the manager?" She complains about, not having her separate locker room and cocktails, milkshakes, whatever. This could be an interesting character. She's basically an annoying Karen right here. The problem with these kind of gimmicks is that it's entertaining, but once the bell rings, they just lose. At Elimination Chamber, we're also getting a #1 contenders match for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Man, WWE is doing good lately. Then we saw another qualifying match, Dolph Ziggler versus Bronson Reed. Before the match we saw a clip of Ali feeling like Dolph Ziggler does not deserve that opportunity. I'm not a big fan of Bronson Reed. I don't know anything about him. I just feel indifferent. So, putting anyone against Dolph Ziggler is really a good idea. The man can sell. And as you can imagine, Dolph Ziggler lost. The match is shaping up to be really, really good. Carmella is back. We see Asuka with a very different look, and that was that was something else. I feel like Asuka really needed this, and Royal Rumble kinda proved that she is a big star. It's just that sometimes WWE don't really know how to use her. And in the main event we saw Cody versus Finn Balor. Like I've told you, so much fog. My man Spyro made the arena look like it's the Attitude Era. One thing I've noticed about this match is that they used very different camera angles. Sometimes it looked like it's from a video game. Was that on purpose or something happened? So as you can imagine, the match was really fun. Obviously there's history, and like I've said, watching Cody in the main event reminds me of the good old days, when we were watching John Cena in the main event. The Judgment Day were about to team up on Cody, but then we saw Edge. So Edge is fighting the Judgment Day at ringside. Rhea Ripley jumps in, but we see Beth Phoenix. The match continues. We are about to see the coup de grace. Edge distracts Finn Balor. Balor misses, and we got 3 crossroads to finish the match. Cody wins against Finn Balor. And that was your Monday Night Raw. Raw definitely needed this man back. A completely different vibe. I know it's a bit of a shame that WWE cannot do Sami versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania because the story is there, there's so much interest from the WWE fans. But at the end of the day, after this episode, I'm like, I get it. That's the match. Cody versus Roman. 2 of the major players in the WWE. I get it. Thank you for watching this video, The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.